Hi guys, this is the start of our tutorial on applying false eyelashes. The first thing that we're going to do is apply just kind of a smudgy line with a thick, chubby black liner. If you were working on a blonde, I would suggest using maybe charcoal or even like a really dark brown would work, but Nicole is a brunette, so we're going to use black. And the reason that I like to start with with eyeliner is so that it creates a nice base for the lash to sit on, and if there were any gaps between the lash and the lash line, the fake lash and the lash line, they wouldn't show up as much. So it helps you to achieve a really natural look, and that's what we're going for. So we just smudge that right across the edge, and it doesn't have to be perfect at this point. You really just want to get the color on there right as close to the lash line as you possibly can. Alright, your next step is going to be to open your package of false eyelashes, and they'll come in a little packet that looks like that. So what you do is you just peel them off of there. Sometimes you have to get in there with tweezers. That really helps. I usually like to handle mine with tweezers. And today you guys can see that we're using ones that are really fine, and they almost look like natural human hair. You can get them in all different kinds of thicknesses. These would be a really good everyday lash for those of you guys who are everyday users. But for something at like nighttime, you could get away with a thicker lash. It's all up to you for personal preference. So the first step with the lashes is that you're going to measure them against your eye, or the person that you're doing the lashes on. And you start with the end that's short. You put that in the inner eye. So you lay that down and measure it across. This actually looks like it's going to be a perfect length for Nicole, so we're going to leave this one as is. And we are going to apply some glue. And now some of the packages come with glue, and some of them you have to buy it separately. I happen to have glue on hand. This pack did not come with glue, but it came with adhesive strips. I don't happen to think that those work very well, so I choose glue. But again, that's a personal choice. You can kind of trial and error, figure it out for yourself. So what you do is you're just going to want to start at the edges. The edges are the most important part as far as adhesion, and you're just going to dab it on and drag it along so that there's a nice even spread of glue, but you don't want too much on there. So just be careful of your amounts and just add them on there. And be really careful to get those ends, because that's the part that you need the most adhesion on. And then you're just going to see little beads of white on that lash. And you have to just wait a second. You can kind of wave them in the air, blow on them. And then I like to curve them like this to kind of make them, can you see, kind of make them touch? Just so that the shape of the lash is improved and that they get more tacky by the glue touching each other. So we're going to apply this, starting in the corner, working our way out. And if you can see glue, it's totally fine. It dries clear. There's nothing to worry about. And some packs come with this tool. It usually says eyelash adhesive or eyelash applicator or eyelash tool. And you can just put that right down on the eye, and it kind of will make sure that it gets close to the lash. So that is an option. Or if you would prefer, and I usually do this, I use tweezers and I kind of get in between the natural lash and the fake lash and just pinch them down. Make sure that everything's sticking where it should be. And if you notice that the lashes are coming apart in any place, you can just take a bit of glue, go in, and add it back. That's what we're going to do right here. And there we go. And we'll just make sure that's nice and stuck here. So the key to natural looking lashes lies a lot within, first of all, which lashes you choose, and second of all, how well placed they are and well stuck they are to the eye. So you can barely see from this angle that she's even wearing fake lashes as a viewer. And then on the next eye, we're just going to do the same exact process. We're going to start out by measuring and cut it if it's necessary. Even if you do your first eye and you don't have to cut it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to have to cut the second eye. So be really aware of that and measure both eyes individually. But this one for Nicole looks like it's going to be good also. So we're going to start by adding the glue, and you just start with a dot and then you don't squeeze anymore, you just drag it across so that you don't have too much product. I got a little bit too much on there, so you can just kind of dab it along. You really just want just enough to adhere the lash, but not too much that it's going to take forever to dry. And again, pay special attention to the corners. And like I said, you can wear fake lashes every day. You can wear them when going out. It's really personal preference. And you just make them tacky. And then we're just going to lay these right on the eye. And guys, if you'll notice, we've already done the rest of Nicole's makeup, her foundation and powder, and the majority of her eye makeup has already been done. That's definitely on purpose. You want to have your fake eyelashes be one of the last things that you do. And another thing is that we did not start out with Nicole's eyelashes having mascara on them. And a lot of people like to put mascara on their lashes before they put the actual falsies on. I don't like to do that because I don't think that they turn out as natural. I think that when you curl and put mascara on the lashes, both of them together, I think it gives you a more natural look, but again, that's up to you. Alright, now open up your eyes, Nicole, and we're going to see if it's stuck anywhere. If it's stuck in any of the corners, you have trouble opening your eyes anywhere, you just take your fingers and you kind of go like that to the skin around the eye, and that'll usually release any glue that's stuck. Alright, now the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take a liquid liner. I'm using this kind that has a little felt brush. You can use a crayon, a very sharp crayon liner if that's all that you have, or a pencil rather, but a liquid is really the best for this step. It's going to give you the most cohesive look. So we're going to start from the inner corner of either eye, and Nicole, you're going to open your eye and you're going to look in the opposite direction. So I'm going to start from the corner here, and I'm just going to paint right along this edge. And would you look up and over? Thank you. Right now down. And this line is just going to make sure everything looks nice and connected so that there's no gaps. I saw a magazine cover with Taylor Swift on the cover one time, and you could see where her fake eyelashes started and a line of her skin underneath. So that is what you're avoiding with the first layer of kind of more smudgy mascara. Would you open your eyes and look this way? Perfect, thank you. I'm going to get on the other side of you to do this one. Okay, look down. Thank you. Oops, got a little bit too much there. And any messes I like to clean up just with a Q-tip. I don't use waterproof eyeliners for this reason because it makes it easier to clean up any smudges. It's a lot quicker, less to handle. Would you turn your head more that way? Perfect. And depending on the look you're going for, you could add a wing if you wanted, but it's not necessary. You can do it as thin or as thick as you like. It's simply to kind of bind the lashes and make your lash line look full and natural. Okay, So that'll be all with that. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a dark powder. On Nicole, we're going to use dark brown, but if you had a person with black hair, you could do perhaps a black, or if you had a person with lighter hair, you could use, again, charcoal, or the dark brown is a really good choice. So we're going to use something with a little bit of shimmer in it. Nicole's going out tonight, so we want to keep it fun. And so we're going to use this dark brown color right here, and then an angle brush, if we can find it. Here we are. And the angle brush is just kind of flat and angled, as you can see, and we're just going to dip that in the powder. And then we're just going to drag it right along the line, and we're going to start in towards the middle a little bit because we want to keep the corner of the eye really clean. And this step you can skip if you want to do just the lined look, but for those of you who are going for a smoky look like Nicole is, this is a good one. You want to remember to do this step because it'll help the look a little bit more soft and natural. I'm just going to turn your head like that. You just repeat on the other eye. So now that that line is a little bit softened, you can smudge with your fingers, kind of make it how you want it before you move on to the final step, which is applying mascara and curling the lashes. So we are going to curl the lashes both together, with the fake and the real lashes are going to be curled together. So open your eyes and then close. Just to hold for a couple seconds just so that they can become friends in there. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to apply mascara. Depending on the thickness of the lash that you start with, if you start with really thick lashes, you're going to want to use a non-volumizing mascara, just a really basic brand. This, since these lashes are a little bit more sparse and everyday wear, and Nicole's going out tonight, we're going to use a volumizing mascara, and we're using black. You always want to use black mascara because it'll match the lashes. So look all the way up, and you just want to coat it so that the color of Nicole's natural lashes is now being binded with the fake lashes. And they'll be kind of get closer together in there. And honestly, her real lashes are really going to just clump with the fake ones and create a really gorgeous, glamorous look. And then if you'll look down, please, Nicole. And you just want to make sure that there's nothing showing through on the back that's blonde, if you have a blonde, or light brown, what have you. And then we're going to have you look over here, your whole head, please. And then you're just going to repeat on the other eye. And you can look all the way up. And then if there's any lashes that have gotten outside of the eye, you're going to want to be sure and get those as well, just so that they look like they belong there too. So you can see that Nicole is left with a really glamorous but natural look with her eyelashes. And that's all.